Hello, fellow chefs and butchers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Going Medieval Oak Brethren. Episode 4, Establishing a Kitchen. Is there a height level limit? Yes, 16. You can see it up in the top left, 16 out of 16. So it goes from 1 to 16. And then a nice little hotkey is holding left control and clicking will zoom to that level. So if I zoom, control click here or here, it zooms to that level, which is a really awesome feature that a lot of games with Z levels don't have, which makes you overuse the mouse wheel. Jonah, you are welcome for the entertainment, and thanks for hanging out. Maybe berry bushes behind the walls? Yeah, maybe. It also depends on where we're going to put our animals. I could fully see trying to move the animals somewhere behind the walls. So having berry bushes for them may be wise as well. Okay, their mood's still pretty stable. And I would say we're a little over halfway done with the external walls. We do need a little bit more smelting though. But we have the fuel and resources for that, so it's only a matter of time until it's done. I might have went a little overboard on how large I set up my fields. So this is like kind of unmanageable for our farmer to handle. We going for a tower build? We are indeed. Oddly enough, it's going to be a water tower. Now I think about it. Because there's water inside, and I think it's the only water source on this entire map tile, come to think of it. Except for the underground aquifers, which would be really hard to do anything with. Yeah, I don't see any other open pools of water anywhere. It's our water. It's our water monopoly. Okay, so the iron is getting processed. We are currently, I think, out of clay brick, so it's just a matter of getting the kilns going. And in that case, let's keep going after the clay deposits. I'm trying to mine them, like, outside in and towards the colony. Because you can end up in a situation where, like, you have stranded orphan segments of clay that you can't reach. And would need to build, like, infrastructure to obtain, so. Doing my best to avoid that. Hunger comes calling. When Mark arrived, his bones were prominent. Mark, are you... Hey! Look at that! He is an Oak Brethren. So, we can admit him. We don't know what his perks are, but there's 5 of them. And, he's the bastard of something. Oh, okay. Well, we are a community offering help to Oak Brethren. He does have passions in art, range combat, melee combat. So, yeah. Welcome on in. Let's see what he's about. So, he is showing up, super hungry. He is a sun seeker. He likes to be in the sun. He's vulnerable, so he doesn't heal quickly. He's dainty, so he doesn't like unskilled labor and loves art. He's chilly, complains about drafts and chills. He must be kept warm, but he likes to train and tame animals. All right. Raffle timer for Mr. Mark. Right up there. Good luck. I'm gonna need extra beds. Or bed. Set up his assignments and scheduling and all that too. But let's start with bed. Alright, jobs. Mark, you don't want to haul Stewart or regular haul. You really want to do art, which honestly, there's just not enough art for you to do, but you will replace Rayvac in cooking. You want to hunt, and I'm going to make you the sole responsibility of keeping the kilns going, because you really don't have any other useful skills other than hunting. Now you have Marksman 6, which, for now, I'm going to give you the sling, because it's the only ranged weapon that I've got for you. You do have a passion for melee combat, so I wouldn't actually mind setting you up with, like, arms and armor to be another meleeer at some point. But because you're not armored, I think it makes sense to keep you protected. You're also dainty, so putting you in arms and armor might put you in the crosshairs of an early grave, so, yeah. Animal husbandry because of the skill? Ooh, yeah? Yeah, maybe I'll make him my... I mean, he doesn't have a passion in it, but it would free up Zent from having to deal with that. Could he train goats? I mean, he could. I don't really need to train the goats, though. For now. Alright, so he ate his fill and filled his food pouch. We just need to have Rayvac. Oh, Rayvac hit Botany 25. That means Rayvac will start to be able to sow herbs, which actually he's already been doing, like, a lot of. But I'm sending Rayvac over here to fell some trees so that Kadath can build a bed. What resources am I missing? Oh, maybe I'm missing... No, I have 623 hay. So I'm not missing the hay. I'm missing the wood. I think what's happening is we're using the wood like as soon as I acquire it. As like a fuel source maybe for the kilns. There we go. Alright, so Mark has a bed. And, again, Mark's religious alignment is Oak Brethren. The first person that asked for a refuge we turned down because they were not a Oak Brethren. This is an Oak Brethren only community. Brutal, I know, but that's just the way it is. So, you guys had decided that I do not have plants behind my walls, which means I can subsequently design my facilities. So in terms of defense, I think it would be wise to design at least one of these gates for higher security, meaning like to keep a reinforced door inside and then having an area like this where raiders are encouraged to come into a sort of an entryway courtyard and fired down upon, right? Where we leave the door, one of the oh wow, that was all messed up. But we leave one of these doors open and have a kill box, if you will. With that said, I did want my my kitchen and my great hall as close to the root cellar as possible. So next is going to be build a kitchen and great hall. So the kitchen is really easy to do. A kitchen just needs to be, let me find it. That's like the first one. A stove, a butchery table, and 2 pottery shelves. A stove is a 3x2. A butchery table is a 3x2, and 2 pottery shelves is pretty small. And it doesn't need to be like a nice kitchen or anything like that. The quality really doesn't matter. So what I'm planning on doing is having it be a very small kitchen here. Meaning I am going to soil fill some of the fish pond so that I can build a proper kitchen here. I'll probably end up soil filling the fish pond significantly. I apologize if you really want a large pond. So that the cardinal directions can have straight paths to the center. But what I can end up doing is digging out the remainder. So that it is, it's like just shy of a quarter of our water. That way, we have clay brick flooring that runs all the way in, like this. Which will help with like movement speed and movement traversal. I don't really need to do this one yet, because this is not related to the kitchen. But this is where I want to build the kitchen, so it needs to go now. So the plan is to have a small section for the kitchen, and then a much larger Great Hall. And the reason the Great Hall needs to be larger is a Great Hall needs to have at least a 50 size area, and the nicer it is, the happier people will be eating in it. So it should be grand. And I want it, and again, I want it as close to my root cellar as possible, because that root cellar is likely we're going to be storing the meals. Unless I want to risk the meals rotting on the shelves. So Great Hall and Kitchen close to your root cellar is kind of an important design feature, I think. Oh, and Mark is more devout. That was fast. I'll also, for now, keep this door open. Because it's the one we pass through the most frequently, and I don't need it closed. Just so we have free movement. Yeah, he saw the root cellar, he was hungry, and he was like, oh, I believe you guys will keep me fed. Yeah, that's exactly how that feels. Why does it keep going up a Z level? That's so weird. The other thing I might want to consider before I commit to this is, and this is a little expensive, but double layering up my walls so that I can have proper Merlin security. Because it's going to be easier to shoot down on enemies that are just outside our walls if we can stand on the walls and have physical cover to fire down on them. So I think eventually I would like more security in this, but this is like a good early to mid-game level of security until you're starting to get like really well-armored enemies and sieges and the like. I think this is ultimately going to be somewhat important to do sooner than later. And then to have access to be able to walk up on here and fire down on enemies that are approaching. Which certainly slows down my Operation Build the Kitchen. But I ultimately, I think it's worth it. And I decided to have it be internal to it. Yeah. I don't think we need more, like, square footage than we already have within our walls. The other thing I could do, if you really love fish, is I can have farms be on, like, 3 of the 4 sides of the base, and then dig a moat to allow water to go outside for fish. And then to backfill it so that it's not a swimmable tube or tunnel into our base. Because you can also design it like that, too. Oh, nice. Getting mining going. How's our food stocks? Going up. Will the water level stretch? Yeah, if we did something like this. What I was considering is like digging a tunnel out here to stretch it and then filling in underneath our walls so it's not a vulnerable point. Oh, the raffle timer's been over a while now. Yeah, I think the audio alerts that I'm supposed to be getting aren't working. I'm gonna trigger it one more time for Mark. Sorry about that. I'll try to pay better attention. What's going on with my... I'm supposed to get audio pings of when it's over. Maybe I'm not paying enough attention. So for now, I am going to put a temporary staircase here once this is all done, just so that we can walk around on the walls. Because that's going to allow us to take up defensive positions. And then I'll probably end up building, like, just wooden merlins. They don't really need to be all that tough. The hit points don't really matter. They don't need to go, like, full clay brick, because we're not getting, like, trebucheted and catapulted. Is there a reason why I hate fishing? No, I don't actually hate fishing. It's just a funny joke, so I commit to it. Because I don't really have the patience for fishing in most games. I feel like the fishing mechanics for most games is boring, where you're just like, cast, wait, and click. It's like a quick time event, but like a slow time event, you know? It's like the opposite of a quick time event, where there's very little skill involved, and there's a few fishing games where, like, there's more skill involved than others. But at the end of the day, it's, like, boring to me. So it's a bit of a meme that I hate fishing, but it's mostly just I don't like boring game mechanics. It has nothing to do with fishing, truthfully. So one research that I'm going to want for a kitchen is cooking. So I'm going to continue my chronicling until I get 30 books. Because I'm not going to be able to build a stove otherwise. Also seems like I am completely out of wood, and Rayvac, because of the massive farms I've got going, is just like at his wit's end. Because it's already the 5th of summer, I'm gonna plan on not re-sowing any of this stuff. So we get what we get out of the fields, but I won't be putting more stuff in. I might do some red currant berry harvesting, but I'm not gonna do anything more than that. Also, I was low-key sure that I put a fermenting station down here, and I don't see it anymore, so let's get that back in. In a game like this, would I fish? Yeah. Yeah, fish would not be a bad, source of food midwinter for a game like this. Okay. I heard it this time. I had to restart my software. Manic Dark. Your mark. I'm going to call you Dark Mark. Well, no, that just sounds racist. I'll call you Manic. Dark Mark. Glad I stopped myself. One of the other benefits of this, like, high investment project is at least our basic walls are going to be fairly impregnable to early to mid-game attackers, given that it's like 2 layers of 1,000 hit points each brick. Raiders are going to show up to our base and hit a brick wall, if you will. Alright, let's move. Oh, man, I don't like the door there. Trying to picture how I want to lay this out. I think I'll wait for now. Alright, Ravak. Ravak is finally harvesting and not resowing, so he will soon be able to start contributing to felling trees. Actually, why are you mining? Oh, that's, I'm sure, my fault. Mining over... Okay, so let's lower his mining, even though he really likes mining, because we really need the timber for now. So what I'm trying to do is leave this, this area around here in the center open so we can traverse from side to side more quickly. At some point I'll have to add clay brick floor as well once the walls are done. We have a door there, and then we'll put a door here over to a Great Hall. So the plan is to have sort of this area be a large Great Hall spot. In maybe this dimension? I will attempt to make it look good. This is just like a rough sketch. Where this wall comes down to maybe about... that doesn't leave a lot of space for the kill box area. Perhaps the Great Hall can be upstairs. Second floor. That might make it a little bit easier. The square is not even? No. It's because this is like water retention walls. So look at the square as this being the square, a 7x7. The rest of it is just retaining water. Keeping the water at bay. And offering pathing around it. If we really had a square, it would be like this. It'd be a 9x9. I can try to retain that 9x9. It's not a terrible idea. I just don't want to use my clay brick at the moment. Alright, we have plenty of clay, almost 500 clay left to be fired. So that really isn't the bottleneck. Ah, we have another raffle. Sakura gave birth to Shadow. Raffle timer's up. We'll do another red currant harvest. I know it's going to busy our already overworked farmer and tree feller. But trying to get our food count up as high as we can heading into the winter is going to be really important. Has brewing started? Not yet. We haven't even built it. Friendly visit. Cedric is a druid in his own settlement. Hold an event to make the most of his stay. I don't really have an Oak Brethren shrine or anything to hold an event, so he's just gonna have to visit. He's also holding that, oh, it's a drum. Never mind. Thought it was a shield. It's like, that's not how to hold a shield unless you're guarding yourself from enemies. I mean, guarding your enemies from yourself. So I did mention at the start of the stream, there are roles. And one such role that you can have is a druid. And they're experts in land-based philosophy and the old gods. And they can lead ritual events for Oak Brethren. So I don't have an Oak Brethren shrine yet, which means there really isn't an event for him to do. But at some point, we'll have a full shrine and probably a druid of our own. So I don't need to necessarily act upon this now, but hopefully within the near future we'll have a place for our Oak Brethren to worship properly. The other thought I had is if this is our internal walls, I could always build the kill box external to the walls, which I think makes more sense building something out here rather than inside. So we have like one main entryway gate. And that allows me to build a great hall on this floor that's more expansive. Which may be a better idea. We've got only 25 clay bricks. Keep these stoked. I still have 350 sticks, so it's not like we're out of fuel. Just need someone to go grab the clay. I've been keeping... so Manic hates hauling. But I'm not sure that I can give him what he wants. I'm gonna maybe force him to haul. I mean, he's in really good spirits right now. But hauling is the boring labor we need most, so... Sorry to say, but I think he's gonna need to haul. Alright, and that there will enclose what will eventually be a kitchen. Once we have a few more cookbooks. I thought I hadn't paused this. I guess Zent's been doing other stuff. Hunt, Taylor, haul. Oh yeah, Zent's been hauling. So I'll change the priority for him. Alright, little shadow. Your name is Sakura again. Alright, let's try that again. You can't be your own mother. Oh, Jungian, come on. Krieg. There we go. There's a novel name. Perfect. Little Krieg. I like how the game's informing me that I need to build up my defenses. It's like, have you seen the place? I think we're defended. And the red currant harvest. Now we have 750 raw food. I think we're good. I'm not worrying too much about that at this point. So we'll keep going. What I can do is I can actually set it up to go to seed, but I think I'll just set it up for flowering still. Alright, Manic, how upset are you? -2? Yeah, I can live with that. You're our dedicated hauler. You hate it, but it's your duty now. And to make this slightly more symmetrical, I'll change where the door is. So this door will lead straight to the Great Hall across the hallway. So the concept here is that we will have, and I'll just put the brick floors in now. Brick floors, and then we'll have a great feast hall in this quadrant. Now, here's the thing. The value and aesthetics matter for walls. So for a great hall, I might want it to be made of brick anyway, even though it will raise the cost. So it's, I know, a super weird shape, but that's just what we get for the you know, the footprint of the building that we have. And the requirements of a Great Hall. What is it? It needs a large or medium table. So I could do a large table here, no problem. And then we can put other stuff in the other side. But yeah, we're gonna do clay brick walls for the whole thing. Of course, raising the cost a little bit, but it is the most valuable material that we can put it as, which will make it pretty. Awkward stair? Yeah, it's just there to... It will eventually lead up to the second floor. Alright, how much clay do we have? 218? So I whittled down my clay amount pretty quickly. Keep getting more. The aesthetic value of clay brick floors are also higher than that of wooden ones. I think we're also going to clay brick the floor of the Great Hall too. A friendly visit from a merchant. And this merchant, unlike the first one that we have, has guards. So it's not one we can, like, mug easily. How do you get more people? They show up. They ask for help. Things like that. Alright, now would be a really good time for me to part with, like, my enormous stack of hay. So, what do we want to buy from them? I, like, kind of wouldn't buy... I wouldn't mind buying their chronicles. They do have carrot seeds, which I can buy for later. We already have beets. They have ice blocks if we want to add those to our, yeah. Let's buy ice blocks to add to our cellar. And then we can sell even... Oh god, I have a lot of linen. Sell even more hay. And then I'm going to go for as many gold coins as they can carry. Because they have a certain finite amount of carry space. So they can only carry 520 hay. So we'll take... Oh, that's too heavy. We'll take 32 gold coins and carrot seeds off of them. And ice blocks. Alright, ice blocks are going to be kind of important to set up a stockpile for, so they don't, like, melt outside. In the winter, we'll be able to cut our own ice, but for now, we'll have to buy ice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All this ice. And it's going to only be for... Oh, right, it's in manufactured. Ice blocks. And that will help to refrigerate stuff. I'll have Rayvac immediately start hauling the ice to where it belongs. So the inside of the temperature here went from 37 to 35 Fahrenheit, so just above freezing. And the way this works is the ice will slowly decompose, cooling down the area. Hey, we do have a fermenter now. So I'll start fermenting rough wine. Alright, getting a little impatient. I'm gonna double my clay kilns. Eventually I'll move the kilns and stuff like inside the walls. It's just, I'm not all that concerned about raiders attacking it, because kilns are pretty cheap. Once we get like proper crafting room buildings, then that becomes a lot more expensive to lose. How close am I? Oh, there we go. Got cooking. Alright, now that I have cooking, we can pause research for a bit. And we'll make a clay brick stove. And then the last thing we need for a kitchen to be a kitchen, I wouldn't mind, because it's a good idea to have a torch on the wall behind me, so I can work in the light. But the more important part is to... Oh, I did not... No, I have decorative structures. Okay, to get the decorative structures to make the kitchen a kitchen. So, pottery shelves. Thank you for tuning in to Going Medieval Oak Brethren, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Oak brethren.